Hello everyone and welcome. We are back with some new content for you guys. Something old, something new. And it's gonna be fun, guys. It's guaranteed to be a lot of fun. We are using Ancestral Warchief, an old classic. And we will be doing some bossing for you guys and a 100% delirium monster map. Now, without further ado, let's just get started with our boy, the Elder. Probably the easiest, so we won't be, using max damage, just a lot of area of effect. And let's see what happens. Okay, so the objective here, as you all probably know, is to keep the Shaper alive. In this case, we just place the totems adjacent to the Elder himself, and with the large area of effect setup we are using, that is probably enough to just reach wherever we need to reach to keep the Shaper alive. You could call this a pretty lazy fight. But you never know, you could drop a Watcher's Eye, which will give you at least 3 Exalted Orb, just unidentified, but kinda depends if you want to take a gamble. I always sell them unidentified. And of course, later we will be doing the Uber Elder, the Shaper, the Sirus, and a 100% Delirium map. And with Uber Elder, if you drop a Watcher's Eye, that could be 10, 11x unidentified. They dropped a little, they were 13, 14 before. It's still a nice bit of money to have for just a couple of minutes. So as you guys can see, they attack just at an absurd attack rate. It's like, I'm not sure what they do, 0.17. I'm not sure what the attacks per second is, but it's pretty powerful.
To me, Exile, quickly.
Not really unexpected, this is pretty easy.
Was the Elder.
Now we go for the Shaper setup, and then we use damage on full life instead of awaken increased area of effect, because Shaper is just in one spot and we can easily hit him as is. Using all totems with this setup will result in about 16 million tooltip DPS. We've got a lot of penetrate, so that's probably enough to end the fight pretty fast.
I see you, little one. You don't belong here. Run along.
Of course, first we got those little side bosses. And we're not using any flasks right now because we want to keep that little burst damage for when we reach the Shaper himself. Yeah, this is just one of the skills I used to love way back before when we do some Google Lab doxies, and it's fun to see it at this type of power, which is just ridiculous, like any other herald stacking setup. Prize and Chaos. I think that's a 2-act belt. With the rules it has, so at least he's fair though, he wants to pay just a couple of chaos, so kinda ends that. Now, there we go. So as you guys can see, it makes mincemeat of normal bosses, but that's not too impressive this league, because I've seen some amazing setups for my friends as well with herald stacking, and that just instantly kills anything. So at this point we are just, I wouldn't say wasting time, but spending our time by just taking some funny setups that you know, that usually wouldn't work in end game, at least not at this level. You can kill Shaper with Ancestral Warchief pretty easy, but it's not gonna look like this, is the point. So that ends phase 1. And it's always fun when you can, you know, basically drum like a snare drum on an end boss. It sounds like it's nice and nice rhythm. It looks kind of fun. It's a really Exile smash type build. And it's just to fill the time. I'm not quite sure how long this league will still last, but from what I've heard it might be a little bit extended, because the next league will be a little bit delayed in its launch. At least from what I've been told, so don't hold me to it, but that probably also automatically means that this league gets extended. As for this herald stacking thing, everyone knows it's not gonna last. Of course it isn't. It's game breaking, and yeah, we won't be able to play it in this form next league. What that means exactly, I don't know. It could be just one voices per character, or it could be one mod allowed, something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, we won't be using it in this exact form, that's for sure. At the second phase, as you guys just saw, I used some Val skills, including the Val Ancestral warchief, and yeah, the damage is just very satisfying. It's the normal warchief is pretty strong, but with the ancestral added, it adds a new layer of let's just say stupidity. By the way, guys, if you have an idea for some weird meme build, I've heard like people say lightning warp totems, something like that. Leave a comment, and we might try to make a little video about it. I always like to see weird setups, you know. I'm thinking about using the Savior for Flicker Strike with a clone. I'm not quite sure if the screen or my brain or my eyes can handle that, but it could be funny to test it out. It could be, you know, something ridiculous to go for. So any ideas are welcome, because I'm planning to play this until the end of the league. We got a lot to play around with, and I would love to just create some more funny content. Just trying to get those Val skills back up. Not that we need them, but it just makes for a very satisfying, quick end of the fight. Here we go, phase 3.
They lied to you, Father. I'm your true memory.
Let's see, if he goes to that balls phase, you know what I mean? Ultimate Chaos, yeah, I expected that, so that's why I didn't pop any Val skills. Now we might instantly go to the portal phase, yes, there it is. But as soon as he gets out of that, right now we just... That is.
Irrelevant.
Okay, so that was the Shaper. Again, as expected, pretty smooth and easy. Nothing too complex about that fight. Which brings us to the Uber Elder fight. Now, Uber Elder, especially Shaper, can be a bit tricky. He likes to toss those balls, and they basically hurt a lot. Now there are some people out there that can just tank the Shaper's balls as well. I chose not to be able to do that, because that would be like... yeah, that would totally take away any tension, any type of challenge that there even is left at this point. So I just want to have something to dodge, to keep me invested and to keep me motivated to fight in a better way. So let's see if those totems do well in a Uber Elder situation.
Putrefy, rot, spoil, and fester.
Exile, do something!
So we basically instantly faced this part of the fight. We have to be careful with that little ball phase. Okay, there we go. Basically what I'm focusing on in this fight is the Shaper himself. Only the Shaper, because to me it's the Shaper that is dangerous here. His balls are just gonna kill you. I'm not too worried about the beam itself, I think we can tank that. So we just keep an eye on the Shaper and only the Shaper. Now this expanding little ring that you see here, that could be a problem. You don't want to get hit by that if possible. You want to avoid that at all costs. And of course we're going to try to not get that little patch of degenerating cold damage. Okay, that's good. Dodge that. And that kills us. Now that was dodging in right in the wrong spot, and that just, like I said, that is a very dangerous attack, that Shaper's balls thingy. Now, as a little disadvantage of this setup, we have to reapply our auras again, but I would say we don't die too much. It's just in these boss fights that sometimes if we make a tiny mistake, it costs us one death. And this character being at level 100, we don't really lose too much. Just a little time in reapplying those auras. Yeah, we just dodged the wrong way. Let's see, 2, 4, 7, 10, 11, 14, 17, 20. 20 auras is about right, I think. Heading back, see if we can finish this without any more of those little mistakes. It's like I said, those balls are the danger, so that's the guy that I just always try to stay close to. See what he does. You know, he is in that ball phase again now. I just want to keep my eye on Shaper at all times. Those balls really hurt, man. That's insane. Yes, that's incredible damage. Okay, there we go. So, aside from that one little mistake, I would say the totems do pretty well here. And we got a Watcher's Eye, nice. So like I said guys, that's 10x right there. Just sell as is and 1011x is yours. Don't identify, or do if you have enough money. I just invested into this little ring here, so I'm pretty much broke and I'm gonna sell this as is. Yeah, because I'm in need of some more currency for the next step. But yeah, we got the 10 exalts there, so that's a very, very nice drop. Now, the next thing I want to show you guys is Sirus.
Learn anything new?
Let's see, travel to Sirus Citadel. We are running Awakening 8, as you guys can see. And let's go to the Eye of the Storm. Now, I'm not going to change too much about the setup. I think the setup is pretty much good as is. We could swap to Concentrated Effect, and that could bump us up to 20 million DPS, but you know, the Sirus guy likes to move around a lot, and that can get you out of range of your totems. So, you know, if you have arc totems or anything like that, it's gonna work just fine, but right now we need that area of effect, which is why we reused those two Might of the Meeks, and added just 32% increased area of effect right here as well, to just be able to, you know, get a little bit more reach. Okay, so here we go, Sirus. Now, as you guys have seen before, the storms that usually are very problematic don't really do anything anymore. We can just walk in those. The only thing we need to worry about is some sort of a continuous type of attack, some sort of a stream. You know what I mean? The die thing. That could be problematic. Okay. So that ends the first phase. Now we can just do this like we should, or we can just find him in his storm and let this go a little bit faster. And we will stay close to the guy. And that ends phase 2. And of course, the faster you can end these phases, probably the less problem you're gonna be in. So I'm just gonna try and, like I said, end this as fast as I can. I'm not quite sure you're there. That ends phase 3, so if we can survive the next one without any little mistakes like we did with Uber Elder, we are gonna be just fine. And this is just a showcase of the skill Ancestral warchief, but also a little bit showing you guys on why they will nerf this herald thing. Because if you can do this so easy with Ancestral warchief, something really is wrong here, I think. This is Neville. Let me see where he is. I don't know where he is. There he is. Okay. So we got a little bit disorientated, or you know what I mean, but we don't have any sweet drops. It seems like you don't know how it looks when it's identified, but yeah, that's Sirus. So that is pretty smooth as well with this setup. You can just do any boss. Now, of course, the biggest test, I think, is a 100% Delirium map. I think those are the most beefy enemies, and they probably deal the most damage as a content right now. So I've created this little map, which is a fairly substantial map. It'll make me cursed with elemental weakness, which is a very substantial debuff. Unique bosses have extra life, extra area of effect, they gain a power charge on hit, and yeah, it's just a basic, beefy, 100% Delirium map. We're gonna add, let's add some monsters. Einhar, an Abyss. No, we're gonna add Alva. Yeah, because Alva will add some loot and some splinters as well. So I think this is how we're gonna do this one. And let's see what happens. So the Promenade is pretty much the one I always use to to farm for splinters, because it's a very straightforward map. You cannot really get like lost or anything like that. But also it's very nice for farming to damage. A little bit back here, see that. Oh, we opened Veritania as well. That could get interesting, let's see. So we can't just go walking up to enemies here. I basically still do that, but you have to be a little bit careful because some burst damage really does hurt here. Clears the area, and as you can see, we actually got some extra loot there. There really is no type of hurry because it doesn't end. You know, the delirium maps, you can just pace yourself, go easy, and yeah, no need to rush. You can pretty much chill. But I just want to see where this goes. I think we will get like 10 loot, something like that. Even though we didn't really took any time to, you know, sextant the map, which we should have done. Now I'm pretty sure at 100% Delirious we're gonna fight both Koses and Phobia. So that is gonna showcase a pretty much beefed to the max boss version of each of those two. There is Koses. So that's the most beefy possible Koses you can fight, pretty much. It's way stronger than a wave 20 Koses. A lot more life as well, so that kind of showcases the damage potential as well of the setup. So all I'm doing basically is just placing those totems and trying not to get killed in the process. That's all we do. And in the meantime we are gathering loot, as you can see in the bottom. So this really is, if you, let's say you have the right combination of delirium orbs, this is, I think, the mod you should have. So not like Zana or anything like that. This is going to give you the best possible bang for your buck. The Alpha mission. Big explosion there. I'm happy I wasn't there at that point. Probably could have been a one-shotter. Now of course we can just use arc or spark or anything like that, and it's gonna be much faster and it's gonna be much stronger than this is. But this was just my attempt to revive one of my old favorite setups that I used to play as a warchief, as a marauder. I really love this setup. It's strong and it has a very good boss killing potential, especially early on in the league. You know, the old school face breaker setup, just very strong. As you guys see, we take a couple of big hits, but so far we seem to be surviving. And this is, I would say, the dangerous combat. If you are running to level 100, I basically did 1 to level 100 on just delirium maps, and that is a challenge. It's a little bit of a, it's not a challenge, I mean, per se, one of the 40/40s, but if you want to challenge yourself, then this is the way to do it, I think. You can run to level 100 on simulacrums, well, basically with your eyes closed, if you get the right setup. But this is always going to be a little bit tense. Now this brings us to the Omniphobia point. There we go. So again, at bosses we use our file skills just for that, I would say, double power that we get. It's probably doubling the DPS hopefully. This is a problem. Get stuck. Wow, look at that, guys. We're gonna move away. Look at that. That was a very dangerous situation. I'm not even sure what the hell happened there. That is actually Yeah. Here we can't see, that's a dumb place to be. There we go. Got it back. Wow, look at that. Are we fighting double bosses? Anything I missed? Seems like we are fighting... Yeah, that's the Conqueror spawn as well, that's giving us a little bit of trouble. Because those tend to do a lot of cold damage, but can freeze you if you're a little bit uncareful. And getting frozen here is a death sentence, I'm pretty sure of that. We're not gonna survive that. Phew! Okay. So we got to about 9.5. I'm not quite sure if we cleared everything, so we might be still missing. A lot of the enemies, we'll still be able to hit that 10. And after this, if we get through this pretty well, and it seems like we do, I'm gonna open a simulacrum, and that is gonna be probably the laziest simulacrum you guys have ever seen. It's gonna be just pretty much standing in place up until wave 18 and 19, and just placing those totems strategically, depending on the layout, and that way we can reach a lot of the room. Oh, we still got one of those left. Okay, so this might still put us at 10 then. Let's see. It might be possible still. Yeah, wrong place. Gonna get us close at least, that's for sure. As you can see, a lot of simulacrum splinters just from one incursion. And I'm pretty sure you're not gonna get those out of a Einar mission or something like that. I hoped I would be able to get to that turn. Has 50 monsters left, so I missed a lot of them by playing the safe, moving ahead a lot. 45? We might still hit it. Come on. So close. Well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. We can walk back for those 17, but it is what it is. We got, let's see, 114 splinters out of this. Like I said, we didn't do any type of what's it called, sextanting, because if you do that, it's gonna be possibly 12 loot. We've done that a couple of times before, so this is just a big ass map without any sextant mods, basically. I'm not gonna check the bases on those. This I'm gonna keep. That might be worth something. I always try to corrupt these, and sometimes you get something good, but most of the times they just either brick or, you know, just give you card speed. That is not too bad. It's probably not worth a lot, but we can check that later. Okay, so I would say the next move would be a simulacrum and just see how that performs in there, but I would say that is going to be pretty smooth sailing as well. I'm going to check all of those later. I'm going to change the damage to full life to increased area of effect. That is going to drop our damage significantly to about 10 million with the flasks up, but I still think that is just plenty to clear any type of content with relative ease. So let's see. Simulacrum, we've got 1200 splinters, making one, there we are. And that's the last little test we'll do with this character. And like I said before, guys, if you have any ideas to make something new, something exciting, something stupid, or, you know, something memey, oh, that is just a shit layout, isn't it? Yeah, I want to give you guys a nice layout. I mean, I'm pretty sure some guys are pulling their heads out right now, like, he's wasting a simulacrum. Yes, I am. This is just, I really despise that one. And it's not just because of the fact that the totems can't reach, but that's just not a nice one. Bridge, yeah, that's a good one. So we just wasted a simulacrum. Sorry about that, guys. But like I said, I want to showcase the optimum
stood against so many horrors and
thing we can do. I think this is probably a good location to do this. So this is pretty much how this goes. Place those totems. They take care of the enemy. And I would say up until wave 18, something like that, this is going to be not safe. Now, always when you showcase something that is, you can call it karma or whatever, when you start to drag and say, oh, it's going to be alright, that's when you die. So if that happens in advanced, it's gotta be funny. But I would say pretty much that's the way to go from now. I'm even gonna change out the movement speed, because we don't need that, to a larger area of effect to reach more room with the totems. Because we are using a foil with a long weapon reach, it's not just a matter of area of attack, but let's call it the arms of the totems also reach out better than it normally would. And the Ancestral warchief, if you summon those, they just go crazy. That is an absolute beast. It's just too sad that it only lasts for a couple of seconds.
This is only the beginning.
Again, we are using a combination of herald, purposeful harbinger and heraldries as far as we need them. But we are also using the what's it called regeneration version with yeah, replenishing presence. And that gives us the regeneration needed to do stupid things like opening your skill tree in the middle of a Rage and Rapture run, which is just something I don't recommend doing. But yeah, we are using a couple of these with RMR because we took the regeneration route, and that disables us from using Skyforce, and that means we need RMR as much as we can get it everywhere if you want the auras everywhere. This is one we still need, but it's just, yeah, you can call it overpriced, but it's just because of the rarity as well. This is gonna cost you, I would say, 150, 160 actually. And that to me right now is too much. I mean, I've got a lot invested in this character already, and I think that will be one of the last things I buy, because I really don't need it as well. We are pretty comfortable with mana. So I won't be the purist that says I need that little jewel. I just, if I can, I can. If I can't, I'm gonna let it be. If we had, let's say another, this is gonna sound stupid, but that is what it would take, another, let's say 1,000 Exiles, we could put RMR everywhere, including the replenishing presence jewels, which are about 120, 130 apiece, and we could wear Carcass Jack for another 50% area damage and 50% area effect, which would just be an insane, not just damage upgrade, because the area damage is huge with the setup, but it would probably reach each and every Nukian corner of this Rage and Rapture. So yeah, then again, you don't want to be spending 1,000 extra Exiles on farming 10% better. At least to me that doesn't seem a smart move. So yeah, with this setup we are hitting a 3,500 energy shield per second regen. And that is excluding the regeneration that you will get from that little burst, 20%. So we do a little over half of our life a second, which is why I use only tank those, what's it called, those Sirus storms. There is just a couple of things that can kill you, especially burst damage, like those Shepherd's balls. That is just nice big fat damage. But there are possibilities to just boost your energy shield above 10, 11, 12k, at which point that won't matter as well. You can basically just tank those as well, and nothing can kill you. Perhaps that ball phase when he says ultimate game, that could still be problematic, but I doubt it. I think even that, at that point, might be tankable. But it's like I said, when you never feel any damage anymore, and when you just whack away all enemies, that is pretty much when the game would die for me. So it doesn't matter how much cash I put into it, I try to keep, which is gonna sound stupid, okay, but some sort of a balance in there, that at least at some point I get some sort of a jump scare, like, oh! Something I just need to have. I'm just trying to overlap, so just don't place them too far away and not too close. We just want to be able to hit that center as well. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit 6 loot now pretty fast. I was thinking about doing a Uber at Siri as well, but yeah, I think you guys get the picture. If you can do that wave 20, Ghost is pretty easy, and that what's it called, 100% delirium map, then I don't think showing a Uber at Siri adds anything to the video. That is just gonna be the same like Uber Exile or something like that. But as a showcase, I think that this is pretty fun. I really like the skill, and we used to do it with Law Weave and what's it called, the Tukuhama Shield, or an extra totem. And it used to be one of the best I would say, not farmers out there. Very strong, very durable. You could let your totems leech life for you, but it's been forgotten. And most people don't use it anymore, and it's pretty sad because it's a clunky but nifty and funny little skill.
Nothing you do matters. The dream will end, and the dreamer will pass into the next world.
And with the attack per sec provided by our heralds, it was just lost on top. You'll just see those little impacts everywhere. But in terms of lag, I don't think it's as laggy as, let's say, a Sparker, something I've done before, because with Spark you can get like 7 seconds duration or something like that, and that is going to be insane, right? That is just going to make your screen blue and shaky and distorted. It really doesn't even matter at that point if you have a good graphics card or not. It overwhelms whatever you have, and it's going to drop your frames per second. This is very, I would say, potato PC friendly for a herald stack. I would say we're still not in any immediate danger, but you know, you say that and then you die, so I really should. We still far out regenerate any damage done to us. Even standing in those fire tornadoes doesn't do anything too problematic. That was a boss. I actually saw it as it died, a little bit too late.
Your torment is over.
And I was thinking about starting a new character, so those 2 iron rings are probably assigned to do that.
Do you know
such a thing? The RNG gods telling you to start a new character. And it's gonna be, I think, a non-stack, just back to the roots, and before the league ends, I think it's smart to just go back to some sort of a normal play, because if you really get used to this and this becomes your new bar, I think you're gonna be very unhappy the next week, because this won't continue. And rightfully so. It's fun while it lasted, but it's insane. Absolutely insane. Of course, there's something to be said about casual players versus streamers who spend an insane amount of time in the game or getting donations from friends. This is very hard to get to for a casual player. It takes a lot of currency, and yeah, that is just not for everyone. So in order to keep the game fun for everyone, we need to balance it out. This isn't like a happen. I mean, I've had a lot of discussions with people that think a happen is something that should be removed, that breaks the game. I don't think that's true. I think it is powerful to a degree, yes, but it takes time to get it. So at some point, you know, if you've got 100x or something like that, I think you deserve a nice hunter, something juicy. Does that mean if you have 1,000 exiles, you should be able to do this, what we're doing right now? No. I think this, if there's anything like a line, something like that, this is yeah, just too much. And as I just babble on, you can see that there is still no real problems emerging, I think. It's all still very smooth. We get hit a lot. I think it's wave 18, 19 and 20. Probably only 20. That is just, if you're unlucky and you get like brittle with damage as lightning and damage as fire and a double boss spawn, you might just get overwhelmed. Yeah, I basically looked into more of those replenishing presence duels, and that put me at... What is that? A bottled fate card, guys. Call me a noob, but I didn't know that existed. There's a little bit of that streamer's luck, I hope. That is. Let's see if my body knows. probably selling some shit, but he'll respond. Okay, wave 15. That is a good drop. I think that is probably 1/6. So that might be 2.5 Exile, something in that range. So that already beats a voices drop, guys. So today for you, we have basically done a little bit of what is called demonstration, just to fool around with an old school skill. And in that demonstration, we dropped a Watcher's Eye, 10 Exile, and we dropped a card of 2.5. So that's 12.5x back. Pretty nice for an hour of gameplay. Yeah, we had absolutely 0 left, so I'm really happy with that. That doubles my current yeah, net worth in terms of stash cash. 16. And let's try to stay in place again, guys. If I die, so be it, but it's just to showcase the possibilities. Might be a very stupid move. Best thing is to always move around. A lot of things going on around me, and as a reflex you want to dodge it out. This is the 5th or 6th level 100 for me this league, and yeah, when you level to level 100 you learn one thing: don't die. Especially at 99 you become neurotic. For every weird type of movement or every little jump you see in your energy shield or life, you become like, oh no! So it's really hard to break that habit right now and to just do nothing like a sack of potatoes. But it does give a very good presentation. Now you see, now we take some damage. Like I said, 17, 18 is going to be maybe even more problematic. You can just add those file skills, that is probably going to help us a lot. That's the boss, and he's done. So yeah, as for bosses, that is something we just don't have to worry about. It's basically, this is a boss setup. It's not really a farmer, it's too clunky for that. But it works in these little stagnant rooms where you can just cover a lot of the area. And it's just fun to mess around with. 18, so here we go. Damage penetrates resistances. This could be the one I die in. By standing like a sack of potatoes. There you go. This is a pretty, see the mod from that. Pretty dangerous map. Yeah, more monster life. Damage penetrates. This really is one of those where you just don't stand in place. You just move. Still done fairly easy. Going for 19. And it's at these waves, guys, 19 and 20, where there seems to be some sort of a massive jump in damage. It's not linear at all. And I would say up until 15, something like that, it's pretty linear. There isn't really one of those waves where you go like, what is happening now? But 19 and especially 20 are huge jumps, where there's just much more damage going on. But we still just pretty much weather that. And that puts us at the last wave. Let's see, critical strike chance, multiplier, damage, extra, random curse on hit, scorch. So this is one of those problematic waves. I would say, if this doesn't kill me, it wasn't meant to be to die. except for that herald. So I'm just gonna stand and spot and hope and wait for that, because I think that's gonna happen now, right now, guys. We were not gonna survive this really. There we go, it's over. See? So it's wave 20 where, you know, you have to move around. And as I'll show you guys, if you do that, you're gonna be just fine. You know, it's not a big deal. You could see that from those mods. It's a very strong mod, and of course we could jump that regeneration to ridiculous heights and be immortal all the time. But yeah, that just doesn't ring as any type of a challenge anymore. Then 2, 4, 7, 10, 11, 14, 17, 20. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, of course, now we'll have to move around a little bit. Which, of course, we will. We have to be careful a little bit. They are very strong, and we don't want to... Oh, there it is. Pause. So now I'm gonna... fight Ghosts at wave 20, and you can see he just instantly dies. You just have to move around a little. This is by no means an unsafe. But if you play like a retard, you die like a retard. It's as simple as that.
Whether you like it or not, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, so that pretty much concludes the test, I would say. If you like this, leave a comment, you know, and if you have an idea to try something else, it doesn't have to be efficient, it just has to be fun. Something to you know, spend the time with until the league ends, and just something maybe flashy or something pretty much invisible, something that works in a funny way. So if you guys have any ideas, just let me know. And I'll see you next time. Okay, guys? Thanks. Bye.